The only Canon camera everyone can afford in 2026. And honestly, that title asks a question a lot of people are genuinely wrestling with right now. Camera prices have gone places that most normal buyers never expected, and finding something within a real budget that does not quietly let you down has become harder than it should be. Today, we are looking at the Canon EOS R50 with complete honesty, what it does brilliantly, where it makes deliberate compromises, and whether it is actually worth buying in 2026. If you value camera breakdowns that are direct and genuinely useful, subscribing and hitting the notification bell means you will catch every video like this one the moment it goes live. The camera market in 2026 feels meaningfully different from where it was just a few years ago. Cameras that once sat comfortably in the mid-range have crossed into territory that most families, hobbyists, and everyday creators never plan to spend. The pressure that surrounds those prices is real. This quiet, persistent feeling that a smaller budget means a lesser result, that serious photography demands serious money, and that anything under $1,000 is somehow settling for less. That pressure has moved a lot of people into buying gear far beyond what their actual shooting life requires. Bodies loaded with professional features they will spend months trying to understand. Weight they did not plan to carry. Menus designed for workflows that have nothing to do with weekend photography, family holidays, or a YouTube channel they are genuinely excited to build. The upgrade cycle marketed to casual buyers has become almost relentless, and the gap between what someone needs and what they feel pressured to buy has never been wider. The Canon EOS R50 sits in the middle of all of that at around $700. It does not shout. It does not compete for attention against bodies with twice the specification and twice the price. But it has built a following that is larger and more loyal than its position in the market would suggest. And the reason for that becomes clear the moment you understand what Canon actually packed into this body and who they designed it for. That story starts with how this camera feels to actually live with. And that experience is what most reviews skip past too quickly. Pick up the R50, and the first thing you notice before a single setting is changed is how light it is. Genuinely, surprisingly light for a modern mirrorless camera. For travel photography, the kind where you are walking through unfamiliar streets for hours, noticing light and people and moments that will not repeat. That physical ease is not a minor detail. It is the reason the camera ends up in your hand instead of the bag. Heavier, more capable cameras have a way of staying in hotel rooms. This one does not. The menus are logical and the touchscreen responds cleanly, which means learning how the camera works does not become a project of its own. Canon built in a guided interface that translates settings into plain language rather than technical shorthand, removing a real barrier for people coming back to cameras after years away or entering mirrorless photography for the first time. The experience feels respectful rather than simplified. The flip screen makes solo video recording feel natural rather than awkward, and the vertical movie mode Canon included means footage for Reels, Shorts, or TikTok comes out correctly oriented without any rotation in post-production. For content creators working alone and moving quickly, that kind of thoughtfulness inside the camera saves real time across every shoot. Canon's color science, the warmth in skin tones, the way natural light renders, the finished character in the images, is fully present in this body. That quality does not live only in expensive cameras. But the part of this camera that genuinely changes the conversation about what $700 can do is the autofocus, and what it means in actual shooting situations. The autofocus system inside the R50 is Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF2, operating across 651 zones. Subject tracking covers faces, eyes, animals, and vehicles, and the practical experience of using it is significantly better than the price would lead you to expect. When a child moves suddenly toward the camera, or a subject turns mid-conversation, the system adjusts without the visible searching and hesitation that makes unreliable autofocus so frustrating to work with. For video especially, where focus inconsistency is immediately visible and difficult to excuse, this kind of composure at $700 is worth paying attention to. The 24.2 megapixel sensor gives enough resolution to crop meaningfully and print at sizes most people never reach. 4K video at 30 frames per second carries that Canon character in the footage, and the Digic X processor handles lower light situations with more restraint than the body's price suggests. The electronic shutter reaches 15 frames per second, which moves faster than most buyers at this level will ever genuinely push it. The vari-angle touchscreen is sharp enough to evaluate focus and exposure properly in the field, not just to frame a shot. Everything here has been assembled to work together, and the experience of shooting with it reflects that intention. What Canon chose not to include matters just as much, and knowing those trade-offs honestly is what separates a confident purchase from one you second-guess later. Canon made deliberate choices to reach this price, and they deserve to be named clearly. The battery delivers around 300 shots per charge under typical conditions. For a relaxed afternoon, that is completely manageable, but for a serious travel day, covering 12 or more hours of active shooting, a spare battery is not optional. It is necessary. There is no in-body image stabilization, so handheld video smoothness depends on the lens you pair with the camera rather than the body itself, which matters when choosing glass. The single card slot is sufficient for most everyday and hobbyist use, but for anyone whose work depends on simultaneous backup recording during events where losing footage is professionally unacceptable, this is a genuine limitation. The physical control layout is simpler than professional bodies, and reaching certain settings through the touchscreen rather than dedicated external dials adds a layer of friction for photographers who depend on fast manual adjustments. These are not corners Canon cut carelessly. They are the considered cost of keeping the camera at $700. For most people considering this camera, these trade-offs will rarely surface in real shooting situations. But they matter to name directly so the decision is made with full information. And that brings the real question into focus. Who is this camera actually right for? And when should someone genuinely look elsewhere? The R50 is the right camera for beginners who want a proper mirrorless start without a price that needs justification, for travelers who need capable results without professional weight, for retirees approaching photography as a serious and rewarding hobby, for parents who want their family moments to look genuinely beautiful, and for content creators building a reliable solo setup for YouTube or social media. The camera's autofocus, color quality, portability, and video capability serve all of those users well, without requiring them to grow into features they will never use. It is not the right camera for wedding photographers who depend on simultaneous backup storage for professional safety, for sports professionals who need elite subject tracking under real pressure, or for filmmakers whose post-production ambitions require greater color depth and dynamic range latitude than this sensor was designed to deliver. Knowing those limits is part of what makes the R50 genuinely recommendable. It is honest about its identity in a market where cameras often overstate what they are. At around $700 in 2026, the Canon EOS R50 makes a case that the camera industry does not make enough. That real capability and real respect for the buyer's budget are not mutually exclusive. If you want to understand where this camera fits alongside everything else Canon offers right now, the next video covers the only 3 Canon cameras worth buying in 2026. And it gives you the complete picture to make the right call.